Wow, it's been a while. It's been like 8 months since I posted on here last. Sorry about that. If you're new here, hey, I'm Lex. I'm the owner of Sirius in Salem. Sirius is currently sleeping in his kennel because it's mine and Salem's one-on-one time to hang out, and Salem is right there. Just chilling, just hanging out. It's my day off, so I thought I would finally, 8 months later, get on here and say hey to you guys and kind of give you a rundown of where we've been the last 8 months. I also decided to make this video also like a tips and tricks of everything for potty training, because I get asked that a lot, how I was able to potty train my dog so young. So it's going to be a little bit of a mix of that, but we'll start with me blabbering away about where we've been. As you all know, Sirius and Salem are no longer friends. They do not hang out together. Salem started attacking Sirius last summer. They're still separated. We go on hikes together, we go on walks together. They still see each other, so it's not like a total separation, but if they're around each other, Salem is muzzled, or there's like a barrier or something between them. It's just safer that way. It's safer for Sirius that way. I don't want to put him at risk. I don't want to put Salem in a position to cause an issue. So they're just better off without each other, and they have adapted to that very, very well. We go on hikes frequently, and when we go on hikes, they're very neutral with each other. They kind of just walk next to each other and don't interact other than that. But it's just kind of become our new thing, and that's life. We have a routine, and it works for us, and that's just how it is, and that's how it's going to have to be for the rest of their lives, unfortunately. But with Salem's unpredictability, that's just the safest way to keep things. So in that aspect, nothing has really changed between the boys since I talked to you guys last. One thing that did change is I finally found the source of Salem's severe weight gain. If you follow me on Instagram, you follow me on TikTok, you know that Salem around last summer gained an insane amount of weight, and I wasn't like not exercising him. I wasn't giving him more food. I cut back all treats, and he was still gaining weight. Like, he went from 62 pounds to 69 pounds in the span of 3 months with no changes. So I was really concerned. I talked to my vet, and he agreed that we would just kind of monitor him and see how things went. And with doing so, Salem then started to lose a bunch of hair, and he was getting like lethargic. He didn't want to play anymore. So I pushed for blood work, and we found out he has a thyroid issue. So that was last September, and it is now March, and he is 100% under control. Like, his thyroid levels look amazing with medication. He's down to 60 pounds. He's back to his normal psychotic self. I can't get him to calm down most days, but it's so nice to see him like healthy and his normal self again, because those few months when he was like sleeping nonstop and he was not being himself, I was really worried. But I'm glad to know that the source of it all is something that we can take control of and keep under control throughout his life, so I don't have to worry too much about him. And he is thriving now. He's doing so good, and yeah, very, very happy about how much progress he's had since then. There's been no changes with Sirius. Sirius is still his normal old goofy self. He turned 7 in December, and his age is definitely starting to show a little bit. He's more sleepy, way more gray in the face. He's gone so gray in the face. He looks like an old man now, but he is still happy and lovey and goofy and the sunshine of everyone's life, and he is perfect. So is Salem, but Sirius is just, he's always just been very typical golden, very sweet, loves my whole family. My family loves him. So Sirius is thriving too, just doing his old man shit. Changes with me, there hasn't been very many. I've gotten a lot of new tattoos since I was on here last, but other than that, not a whole bunch. I did take over being the manager at my work, so I am now the manager of kennel in a vet clinic. So with that, I had to take on a lot more responsibility. I work a lot more, but I love my job. I love my kids that work for me. I love my little crew. It's definitely worth it. I just work a lot, so I feel like I haven't had time to like sit down and focus on filming for YouTube, but I do want to take a step back and like start doing this again, because it's something I enjoyed doing there for a while, and I'm trying to get back into things that I loved or enjoyed doing, and trying to not just focus on work, which is very hard for me, especially because I've been saving for the last 2 years to be able to buy me and the boys a house. And that is my goal for the end of this year, is getting us a house, buying it, getting us moved in, getting us settled and in our own place. And that's a big deal and something I've worked incredibly hard for, and I really hope to achieve by the end of this year. So fingers crossed that that all works out in my favor. But so far so good. But that's pretty much all that's changed. My health's not that great, but that's always been how it is. And I kind of just have to function through work and push through it the best I can, and to try to continue my life, even though I'm severely chronically ill at the same time, which is a very hard reality. I have days where it's very difficult to not be angry that I'm sick on top of everything else I have to do. But that's life, and sometimes that happens, and you have to pick yourself up and keep going. And that's all I've been telling myself the last few years, and I'm doing the best I can. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much where we've been. That's pretty much every update based off of just what's happened in the last 8 months and how they're doing, how I'm doing, stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot going on right now because I just swapped dogs around and they're very excited. But here's Sirius. See, look at his old man face. Look at the gray hairs. You're an old man. Not really. He's not allowed to age. He's not allowed to get old. I'm also babysitting my mom's dogs. There's one of them for the next few days. So, and Sirius and them love each other. They hang out all day. So they're all just gonna hang out in the background while I'm still talking, but it might be a little distracting because they're very excited that it's their turn out. What are you doing? He's like rubbing alongside the whole couch. He's super excited. All right, let's dive into my top potty training tricks now that I've talked your ear off and just messed around for a little bit. So with my dogs, I raised both of them from 8 weeks old. So I was able to start potty training them very, very early on, from like the day that I got them, the day that I brought them home. And I know that everybody gets that experience or are able to do so. So it could be a little more complicated, but these tips will work even for older dogs, because potty training is really just about routine and structure and having like a routine in play. That's the main way you're going to potty train your dog, is having a routine set. The first thing I ever did with my dogs when potty training was kennel training. I know that everybody wants to kennel train their dogs. Not everybody believes in that, but that was a huge way that I was able to, at night, keep my dogs in a safe spot where, one, they couldn't chew things, they couldn't get into things, but also where they were confined to a spot where they weren't able to wander around and use the bathroom inside. Having a kennel helps with potty training immensely. That's all I'm gonna say. I do have a video up already on how to teach kennel up and how to introduce it in a positive way, and my top kennel tricks and tips and things like that. There's already a video up for that on my page, so if you want to go back and watch that, that gives you a lot of information too about kennel training, which could help you a lot in this case. Back to what I was saying about routine. Dogs thrive on routines, especially puppies. When I got my two and I started kennel training, I had a very set routine to where right in the morning, as soon as I got up in the morning, I would get them out of the kennel and we would go outside. I would carry them outside and I would put them in the middle of my backyard, or I would take them outside and put them wherever was available and stand there for 10 to 20 minutes, however long it took. I would stand out there. I know not everybody has the patience of wanting to stand there for a long time, and it can get irritating when your dog doesn't want to go. But 90% of the time, early in the morning, right when you wake up, like I would get up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to take them out. They are gonna need to go because they just woke up. It's all about timing with potty training. You want to have some form of reward with you also. When I was potty training my dogs, I threw puppy parties. So when I would take them out and I would stand out there with them first thing in the morning and wait and wait and wait, the second they would start smelling around and they would finally go, I would throw a puppy party. So I would give them a treat. I would get really excited. I would baby talk. I would get pick them up and pet them a bunch. I would make it so exciting and such a good experience for them that they saw that as an extra reward. So on top of being rewarded with a treat, they were being rewarded with praise, petting, excited baby talk. I would just make a huge deal out of it. And I did that so consistently to the point now that when Sirius, who is 7 years old, he goes outside and he goes to the bathroom, he throws a puppy party for himself. You can always tell when he's gone to the bathroom because he comes running inside and he does circles through the whole house. And he is so excited because he went outside like a big boy. And that's still a thing for us 7 years later because I embedded it as being such a positive thing in his brain when he was a puppy. So have some little training treats or something on you when you take them out first thing in the morning or anytime, and reward that behavior. The second they go, mark it with yes, good job. Any kind of mark that you want to show them that they're doing what you're asking. I use yes for 90% of my positive marking so that they know that they're doing what I want, but whatever works. And then you just want to catch it right when it happens and reward them and make it exciting, make it a big thing so that they know that they did good and that they see outside time as a very positive thing, that they need to go potty and then they're going to get rewarded. They're going to get big things and it's exciting for them. Continuing on with the routine. So if you're doing it first thing in the morning and you're taking them out right when you wake up, you're setting an alarm at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning so you can catch them before they wake up. You're taking them out. If they don't go potty, you're going to take them back inside. You're going to put them back in their kennel for about 30 minutes and you're going to try again. I used to have timers set on my phone that would go off every 30 minutes. And every 30 minutes, I would take them outside and we would try again. If they wouldn't go, we'd go back inside and I would either put them in a kennel or I would tether them to me. So I would take a leash and I would attach it to me and they would just go with me wherever I went in my house so that I could be keeping an eye on them. Puppies need supervision, especially unpotty trained puppies. They need supervision. He's very excited. So I would do tethering. I did a lot of tethering and I did kenneling if I couldn't watch them. I would go outside every 30 minutes. So I had a timer every 30 minutes. Every time they ate a meal, 30 minutes to an hour later, we would go back outside. Anytime I saw them drink a large amount of water, 20 to 30 minutes later, we were back outside again with the reward in my pocket, me ready to throw a puppy party because excitement, you want to make it exciting. So throughout the day, it was outside every 30 minutes, outside every hour as they got older. But it was like a timed thing that we were just consistently doing throughout the day. And yes, if I couldn't watch them, they were in a kennel or they were tethered to me because wandering puppies are going to use the bathroom in your house. If you're not watching them, they're going to use the bathroom in your house. They don't know better. It happens. I know it's frustrating, but you have to stay very consistent with this or they're not going to understand. Stay with the routine, stay with the schedule. First thing in the morning when you get up, take them out. Then 30 minutes to an hour, on the hour, immediately back outside with that reward in your pocket, ready to throw a puppy party. Continue doing that all day long. Before they go to bed, take the water up an hour before bed, put the water up so they're not excessively drinking all night long, and then take them out right before you put them to bed. Like right before, 5 minutes before you're gonna put them to bed, take them outside. Stand out there with them 10, 20 minutes, however long it takes, you're going to stand out there with them because you're going to need to take the time to be patient because not every puppy is immediately going to go when you walk out there and you plop them down. If they still don't go when you're out there, take them back inside, put them in the kennel, attach them to you, then go try 20 minutes later. It is so repetitive when you are potty training. It can be frustrating, but that's how you potty train. Those are my top tricks and tips. Consistency, routine, structure, schedule, rewards. Those are the top things that you're going to want to do with puppies when you're potty training. And that's it. And I feel like that doesn't sound very difficult, but I know it's easier said than done. But I promise you, if you stay consistent with those few things, it is going to make a difference. It is going to help. And eventually your dog is going to get it. And honestly, that's pretty much it. That's the base of how I potty train my dogs. My dogs were both potty trained by 12 weeks old. And if you just stay consistent with it and you don't get frustrated and you just keep doing the same thing on repeat every single day, they will understand and they will get it. You can also even put like bells at your back door, and every time you go to take them out, stop and have their little paw or their nose touch the bells and then take them back out, and that they're going to understand that that door is where they need to go when they need to go potty. And it's just going to keep getting embedded in their little brains that that's where they go, and it's just going to take a little bit of time. So just don't get too frustrated with your dog. Don't get too frustrated with your puppy. They take time. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, just ask them below, and if I didn't address it here, I'll just respond to your comment and try to help in any way I can. But those are the main things I can think of that I really rely on. All right, guys, that's it. I'm done blabbering and talking your ear off. I am going to try to do more YouTube videos soon. I want to start being able to put more time into it because I kind of miss doing it. So let me know what video you guys want to see next. It could be a tutorial, it could be whatever. Just give me some ideas of what you want to see, and I'll work on it on my next days off, which are next week. So it was really nice getting back on here after a while, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Do you want to say bye? Okay. Oh, okay.